Hey there. Good afternoon, everybody. It's almost evening now. Welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here with a kind of a rare event. I'm doing the live experience. I don't think I've done one of these in a couple months, probably since dating back actually to this album, which happens to be sitting right here. That was the last album I did. However, we're going to be doing another one today, and the album I've chosen to do today is the Kinks' One for the Road. So I'll give you the vitals on this first before I get into any kind of talking about the album. So this was released on June the 4th, 1980, and they recorded it over a period of time from from March the 3rd, 1979 through to March the 4th, 1980 at various venues on their North American tour to promote their album of that time period. So, of course, this is about 77 minutes in length. Originally, it's if you're on vinyl, it's a double album, but here it's one CD, 21 tracks in total overall. It's on the Arista label. I wonder if it's on the Arista label here too. I didn't remember seeing that anywhere. No, I think this is kind of a re-release. It doesn't say, but originally it was on the Arista label. Here it says Velva. Never heard of them. Anyways, produced, of course, by Ray Davies of the Kinks, the main guy, right? So appearing as the Kinks are Ray Davies on vocals, guitar, keyboards, and harmonica. Dave Davies on lead guitar and backing vocals. You've got Ian Gibbons on keyboards and backing vocals. Mick Avery on drums and Jim Rutherford on bass and backing vocals, with Nick Newell also doing some additional keyboards on the track. So I'm just going to throw that away now. Don't need it anymore. So as you can see, there's a total of 21 tracks on this particular CD. I'm not sure if the original album had that. I assume it did. I figure this is just a copy of that, sort of. So I'm a Kinks fan, but I always wasn't a Kinks fan. I've kind of had a bit of a mixed history with them, I guess, the best way to put it. I initially liked a little bit of that stuff from the 60s, but never really bought anything. Then the first CD I bought by them was Come Dancing, which I liked a lot, and Self Destroyer, which I also liked a lot. Then I kind of vacated the Kinks for a severe amount of time. So I would say that was probably in the early 80s through to maybe the mid 80s, and then I kind of got away from them and didn't come back to them again until The Channel, which this is my first Kinks album since The Channel. I bought this because I always kind of liked this album, because it not so much for the quality of the album as much as it is for the songs on the album. So overall, I find the quality is it's not great. It's not terrible by any such. The quality of the music is better. The songs are good. I don't think this band is a band of great instrumentation. They have a little raw. The strength of the Kinks to me is their raw energy and their heaviness to their music, which was a little bit unusual for that time period. Many consider them to be kind of a proto metal band. Definitely led to that punk movement as well. So this band and the Who probably led to that kind of punk movement, and these guys were kind of forerunners to metal. I think that's just my way of listening to them. They've got a lot of kind of classic pop songs that have a real heavy tinge to them. Many of those songs were quite well received on the radio. I think the Kinks kind of took because they were part of that British invasion. Basically, the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, and the Kinks, those were the big four. Other bands came as well, but those, to me, are the outstanding four bands. The Kinks didn't get they got to kind of get the raw end of the deal because they weren't allowed in the U.S. They had problems with immigration, and so were not allowed to be part of that initial British invasion, and so they suffered because of that, I think, and are not really viewed as being huge. Although if you would go to the Britain at the time, they were definitely up there in the top 2 or 3. So this has 21 tracks on it. Opening is just basically a kind of introduction song, nothing really special about it, not even terribly memorable. The Hard Way, I think, is a good song. It's one of those songs I liked originally when I first heard the Kinks. It's got a kind of a bitey feel to it. Fits right in with their entire discography, in my opinion, at least their early discography. They all have that kind of raw, edge, bitey, almost punky flavor to their music. Catch Me Now I'm Falling. This one's a little bit different. Got a nice kind of ring to it, but not necessarily a heavy song. It does have its heavy moments in the song, but I kind of think of it as more of a pop-flavored song. Then you've got Where Have All the Good Times Gone? This is, of course, Van Halen covered this, as we know. It's a heavy song. Guitar dominated, riffing, catchy riffing. Absolutely killer. The introduction to Lola is just a piece where they're kind of playing with the audience a bit, saying, man, we're not going to play that one, but then they end up playing it anyways, just to try to bait them a bit. And then you have the song Lola, of course, which I think is probably their biggest hit. It was, for that time period, it was kind of a controversial song because it was talking about a transvestite. Nowadays, nobody would even take notice of it, but back then, kind of controversial. I always kind of liked the song, but it's kind of different than other Kinks songs. It's got more of a poppy, upbeat type of storytelling flavor to it that you don't get with a lot of their songs, but that one definitely has that. Pressure's okay, All Day and All of the Night, another one of these the Hard Way type songs. This one, All of Day, All of the Night, is kind of like Where Have All the Good Times Gone. It's got that bouncy kind of up-tempo, kind of heavy guitar riffing, almost punky, almost metal-like feel to it as well. 20th Century Man's okay. It's a bit of a bonus track on this album, though. Misfits, Prince of the Punks, Stop Your Sobbing. So Stop Your Sobbing is the song that I kind of carried it on when I became a Pretenders fan, and that song is on one of the Pretenders album. I believe it's on the debut album by them. I think the Pretenders actually do a cleaner, nicer sounding version of it. But to me, it's a pop song, maybe almost a soft rock song in some ways. Low Budget, of course, one of their great tunes, one of my favorite tunes from, that was the tour they were on, the Low Budget tour from that album. This is a killer track, absolutely heavy, but the lyrics are great. You're always listening to see what they're saying. Attitude is okay. Wish I Could Fly Like Superman. Superman one is kind of a funny, kind of a quirky song. National Health is okay. Till the End of the Day, Celluloid, Heroes. These are all kind of commentary songs on the time period. Then you've got the kind of the big two at the end there. Well, actually, the David Watts, just kind of a bit of a lame ending to a song. But the other two, You Really Got Me and Victoria, heavy songs. You Really Got Me, of course, is one of their most famous tracks. Just a real bitey song. Fits right in with the Hard Way and All of the Day and All of the Night, and I'm trying to look for the other one here. I don't see it. Anyways, it kind of fits into that rhythm of the section of them where they're really heavy, bitey, kind of almost punky flavor type stuff. And Victoria and the album is good, short, but catchy song. Overall, I like the album quite a bit. It's a strong, lots of good songs, lots of high energy, lots of heavy guitar, catchy riffs, great vocals. Album's, like I said, a little bit weak on the production side. It's almost a greatest hits album in many ways, except for it's live. So overall, it's a pretty good CD. I bought this. I don't even remember what I bought it for. I think it was like $10 or something. I thought it was a good find for the $10 I spent, and it's in my playlist now, so it's getting some attention. And obviously, I like it enough to do a video on it. So yeah, I've got quite a few live videos, live albums that are penetrating my playlist as of late. And I've never generally been a live album kind of guy, but yeah. I think the thing I like the best about the live albums is you get a different flavor of the band than you would normally get off the studio albums. And that's very true here with the Kinks. So that's my take on the Kinks' One for the Road, a live album released in back in, I believe it was January. Did I already say that? Yeah, sorry, it was June of 1980, so right at the end of the 70s. Yeah, great album, great band. And they actually went on to do some stuff that I actually really liked by the Kinks in the 80s, but this album was probably the first of those albums. Actually, probably Low Budget was the first of those albums. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to comment about the live album, you can. If you want to comment about the Kinks, you can. Or anything I've said, you can do that as well. And we will see you all. Well, we'll see you tonight for an episode of What's New. Got an album for you. Hope you're going to enjoy it. Take care. Have yourself a good evening, and goodbye.